Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this on the replay, you have reached One with Gray Hair, otherwise known as Silver Gray Wig Reviews. And I want to welcome you to the Friday live stream. I was supposed to have a countdown for this today, so I don't really know quite what happened, but anyway, here we are and we're live. And before I get started, I want to just pull my hair to the side because I wasn't quite finished. Then I saw the live stream begin. I said, uh-oh, I'm going to start talking to everybody in a few minutes. So the wig that I have on here today is Angelica, and I wear Angelica a lot because for right now, she is one of my most favorite wigs. Yes, she's long, but as I've said before, you can take her and you can pull her up. So I do see that we have some people over there in the chat. Hi, Victoria. Greetings. Hi, Jean. It's nice to see you there. I have to tell you, I had a really hard time getting ready for this live stream today. Something's wrong with my camera. I have a very kind of high-end webcam that I'm getting used to, and there's a lot of features that I love. But as I say all the time at the beginning of the live stream, if anything happens, if it crashes, if I go away, stay right there because I'll just click another button and it'll pop right back. So today's live stream was inspired by let me just put my lipstick away here. Today's live stream was inspired by someone on Facebook. And I don't know if you all are in the support group for Wig Studio One. Oh, and I have some exciting news about Wig Studio One that I'll share with you. But let me see if I can share my screen with you. And if I don't mess it up, I think I've said hello to everybody who's here so far. I know we have some other people there that are not in the chat. I can see them there, and that's fine. We welcome you. You don't have to be in the chat. You don't have to say anything. You could just be looking and taking notes, and that's perfectly fine. So in the chat on Facebook today, let me see if I can show that to you. Hold on, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. There it goes. Okay, I want you to see this. So if you're not a member yet of the Facebook, if you're not on Facebook, that's fine. But if you are on Facebook, let me put my face there so you can see me. I'm trying to give you this, okay, the biggest view possible. So if you are on Facebook, and today, this morning, I was reading from this gal who her name is Donna Spivey. And hopefully you can all see that as I scroll down. Donna Spivey Okay, good. You can see that as I'm scrolling. So Donna, I don't remember ever seeing Donna's name before. I think she either might be a new subscriber. First of all, can everyone hear me okay? Let's make sure we do some housekeeping before I go blah, blah, blahing you. Can you hear me? All of us people who do live stream, we're always concerned that you're hearing me. I'm just going to assume that you all can, because I know that there is a 10-second lag from what I say and what I type with the live stream. So thanks, Jean. Okay, so because of this Facebook post that I read this morning, that was what inspired this live stream that we're having today, because we hear these questions over and over and over again, and they're questions that I remember that I had when I first started to wear wigs, and I had those questions in earnest. So the questions that I'm going to cover today are what Donna asked in her post. And she writes, in case you're not on Facebook, I'll read this to you. I should be receiving my first wig today. Not going to lie, I'm a little nervous. The wig that I purchased has a lace front, and I know that the lace has to be cut when I first get it. That makes me really nervous. I also purchased It Stays for hold. I have hair, but I'm very thin in the front hairline area and on top. Are there videos anywhere? I have looked on YouTube, but not having a lot of luck finding the right video for me that will show me how and where to cut the lace and how to use the It Stays so it doesn't damage what little fine hair I do have when removing it. Great question. I also bought a wig cap and a wig grip, but no clue how to use either one of those. So I'm thinking about buzzing my bio hair eventually if I can get used to wearing this wig, but I don't want to do that before I'm sure that I can. Any video recommendations is greatly appreciated. So Donna Spivey or Spivey, I hope I'm not messing up your name if you're listening. I'm going to address those questions today in this very special live stream for you. Now, to my regular viewers, if you have a question, a burning question today, put it in the comments section so that I don't miss anything that you might want to know. But this question from Donna is going in my wig questions book for posterity's sake. So here we go. So before we start jumping into that, everyone, if you tell me, where are you coming? Where are you in the world? Are you in the United States? Are you in overseas? Are you in Europe? I'd love to know where you are. I am in New York, and I'm in a county called Rockland County. And it's a beautiful county, which is about 30 miles north of New York City, as the crow flies. And it used to be very rural. A lot of people relocated here from New York City. And now, I don't know, not so much. People are here from all over. So I wanted to also call your attention to something else that I did this week. And I'm moving screens around so that I can show you. So let me get rid of this screen here from Facebook. And I have a new name to my channel. The new name, and I'm going to show you that in a second. You might want to make a note of it. It shouldn't hurt anything. You'll still be subscribed and all of that fun stuff. But instead of being one with gray hair, I'm using my real name. My real name is Angela F. like Frank Chan. And so if you are looking at my channel, this is what you're going to see now instead of what you saw before. So you see all up in here, this is all changed. My header is different. So now you can see my little face, right? And so that's different. And then if you come down here, you see I'm using my real name. And that was a big decision for me because, long story, but it was a big decision. But I think over time, as the channel grows, I'm going to be happy for that change. Again, nothing changes. You'll still get all your notifications. I did that last night. You were all able to hop on. So I just wanted to share that with you. My other exciting news, and for those of you that have been following me for a while, you know how thrilled I am about this. I will now be a guest reviewer for Wig Studio One. And that's where Taz is, and a few other what I consider great reviewers. And I've been following that channel for a long, long time. So they'll be sending me wigs to review, and I will do that. And you'll be able to use my code if you wanted to purchase one, and that will help support the channel so I can buy more wigs. So I'm very, very excited about that because I love Taz. I think she does a wonderful, wonderful job. And I'm happy to be a part of that team. So, okay, now let me look at the comments. So Victoria is in Huntsville, Alabama. Broke my ankle in 2 places. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How did you do that, Victoria? Did you trip? Did you fall? Did you fall down the stairs? I hope not. Thank you, Jean. And Debbie, my loyal Debbie, Arizona, and it's getting hot already. You know what? I keep telling you ladies, you can see I'm still up in my guest bedroom. I love reviewing wigs up here because I can look out. I have a big bay window and I can see everything, but it's getting hot. I can't even believe I'm still sitting here. It's hot. I can feel it on the windows. I've got everything closed. But I can feel it. So this may be the last week I'm here. And then for the summer and early fall, I'll be in my basement. But I'm still here. Yeah, I can imagine it must be very hot over in Huntsville, Alabama, and in Arizona. Debbie, what's the temperature in Arizona today? Is it super hot? I want to make sure I'm saying hi to everybody, my regulars who are here. Okay, so let's get to it. Now, I want to take these questions kind of one by one. First of all, the lady that wrote to me, I think her name was Donna. This is her very first wig. So you can all relate to Donna's very first wig, I'm sure. And she decided that she was going to buy Cameron. And Cameron was reviewed. You can find it on YouTube. But she was reviewed. Let's see if I have that one for you. Yeah, Sugar Puff and Fluff. Have you seen Sugar Puff and Fluff yet? I love her channel. She is, she's got a really fantastic, accent. And so she reviewed this wig called Cameron. But what I wanted to show today, especially to Donna, and this will just remain in my live stream for when she goes and she visits. She may be at work. I have no idea where she is. But what I want to show is how you put the wig on, how you take the wig off, and we're going to talk about lace fronts. And the other question that she had was securing the wig. Does she need to cut the lace? She wanted to know about it stays, and she wanted to know about wig grips. So this will probably be a review for some of you. If it doesn't apply to you and you want to click out, you're not going to hurt my feelings. But I really wanted to do this for this new wig wearer because I remember when I was a new wig wearer. So that's what we're doing here. 95 degrees. Oh my goodness. And it's only April 30th. Victoria, 67 years old. Oh. Wow. That's how old I am, Victoria. We're the same age. Tripped while trying to find the pool motor. Oh. Well, I pray that you get well soon, and make sure you keep it propped up and do everything the doctors tell you to, because you don't want to get scar tissue. You don't want to get scar tissue. That'll make it even worse. I've been there. This wig is looking really weird. I don't know whether it's my camera. Like I said, I've just had some really strange things happening today. All right. So I have Angelica on. I'm going to take her off. And then I'm going to put on Kristen. And the reason I'm going to put on Kristen is because Donna's wig, Cameron, is very close to, looks very close to Kristen. It's a bob, the one that Donna purchased. So I'm going to take off this long wig, and then I'm going to put on Kristen by Jean Renault. Okay, so let's get to it. Before I do, let me make sure nobody has a question. Prayers for Victoria. Yes, amen. Hello, Deirdre. I think I said hello to everybody. Usually it takes people 15 or 20 minutes to come funneling in. You know, it's kind of like any meeting. You know, we all get busy. And all right, so let me take this off. Now, I don't have any it stays or anything on like that today, because I knew I was going to be taking her off. But I just have to say, I just love this wig. Listen, I made a decision yesterday. I'm going to share this with you. Now, my channel is where I review silver, gray, and white wigs. But recently, I have seen Taz do a couple of videos on wigs that they look, when you look in the monitor, I'm sure you all, I wish you guys could talk back to me. Just feel free to type in the comments. Dizzy K54. If Donna comes in, I want to, the gal that wrote the post, the Facebook post today, if you pop in here, let me know it's you, because I may not know what your channel name is if you have a channel name over there on YouTube. Anyway, so I started to say, Taz did a review of a wig today, and she's done a couple of them. And also Jill Lynn Beauty Therapy did a review on a wig. You might have seen it last week. Long, straight, and it was definitively blonde. But I got to thinking, the lighter blondes, I might start adding those, because there's a little bit more choice. They look white. They've got a white undertone. And I just ordered one, the same one that Taz reviewed. Let's see if I can find that for you. Hold on. She just did the review. I think it was yesterday. And I purchased her this afternoon. And I'm just going to get that one right now, and I'm going to show you. I have to wait for the commercial to go away. Okay, so let me put this on so you can see what I'm doing. I'll share my screen with you. Okay, so I'm heading over to, I always think it's just more fun for you if you can watch along with me. Okay, so everybody can see this, right? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm searching for Taz's wig closet. And I'm going to the review that Taz did yesterday of Belle Tress Shakerato. Belle Tress Shakerato. Now let me make sure that this view isn't all screwed up, because it looks funny. Yeah, here it is. Okay. All right. So I have to have two screens going here, one for you to see and one for me to see that's bigger. So I turned off the audio because that's not important. But you see, not that Taz's audio isn't important. I love her, but and I follow her closely. Look at how this looks in the monitor. Now, I don't know what you see, but I see on Taz, there's a lot of yellow in this. However, this wig is also available. Stay with me. Is also available in okay. Hopefully you could still see me. It is also available in a white it's called Bombshell Blonde. I've got to put my glasses on. That's the problem. I can't see. It's also available in Blonde Shell Bomb, no, Blonde. So I think I've got I'm sharing the wrong thing here. Let me share the right thing. Okay, I'm obviously having a problem, so I'm just going to tell you. Oh, yeah. I really want you to see this. Hold on. Let me just try one more time. Because it's going to make a big difference. Share the screen, and I want to share this. Okay. I'm sure I can do this ahead of time, but I just have to learn how to do it. All right. So this wig right here is available in the colors. In those colors in there are Bombshell Blonde, this is where I have to bring up my big screen so I can see. So I've got two screens going. Bombshell Blonde, 12R, which is a rooted color, 60, there's the white, 88, and 101. And it says golden brown root with and I can't make out the rest of what, golden brown root with a blend of white, pure blonde, and satin blonde. Okay. So I ordered that wig today. And it'll be here. It'll be here in a few days, and then I'll review it. But what I'm getting at is, I'm so sorry, I'm rambling all over the place. Wigs like that aren't silver, gray, white per se, but that present with a lot of what looks like white, or enough of a white that I'm going to be happy with, I think I'm going to start adding those to my collection, because I know that there's a lot of women who are blonde that turn gray, and and people who are blonde turn gray. How should I say? It's more of a yellow gray. And so I just think it'll give us more options. Now, if you're really, really dark, like that steely kind of gray, I don't know, jury's still out on that, but I'm just trying to expand what I show. That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm not saying it very well. So I need grace to make it, everybody. It's been a day. You can't imagine. You can't even imagine. But I'm just so glad to be back. So, okay, let's do this thing with this hair. Let me make sure there's no other comments. Was that wig overly expensive since it was bell truss? Let me tell you exactly. Oh, it was $211. No, there's a 30%. There is a 30% coupon code, I think, on this. Let me scroll down. I'm pretty sure I paid. Okay. Not sure if you can all still see that. Yeah, okay, you're still with me. So right here, you see that? Get this for only $211.44. Let me put that in the chat for you so you can just go there. And I do have a code, ladies, so I would really appreciate it if you use my code. Please use my code. It really helps me pay for wigs. And the code will be available. I think I might have already put it on the live stream in the description, but if not, just wait until after the live stream and you'll see it. You'll see it there. But $211 for this wig. And one of the things that Taz said that I love is it's got a lot of hair, like Angelica. She has a lot of hair, but believe it or not, this hair is not heavy at all. I could wear this wig all day long, all night long, and she's worn beautifully. She's not getting ratty. And Taz was saying the same kind of thing about this wig by Beltress. So it just really caught my attention. I had no intention of buying a wig today, but I did. So the jury's going to be still out on that. All right. Now, as I've said before, let's get to it. Yeah, so Deidre, it was $211 and change. Hello, it's Lele. My granddaughter. Hi. An up-and-coming YouTube star. Right? That is a lovely wig. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to minimize this screen and go back to where I was. Now, so I'm going to take Angelica off. Finally, I'm getting to the point, and you're going to see my bio hair, as they say. Let me put Angelica over here. Go over there and behave yourself. Have you heard people saying, they're asking why we're calling our wigs her? I don't know. What does everybody think about that? Maybe it's silly, but it's kind of endearing. Should I call it an it? I don't know. So I'm taking out my hair just so that I can show you from the beginning, as if you've never taken out my hair. I meant to say I'm taking out the rubber band holding my hair. You should see my granddaughter's hair, Layla. Oh my goodness. She's got like 10 times more hair than I do. Of course, she's very young. I won't say how young, but she's very young. Okay, she's 10. Layla, your secret is out. But she's not allowed to show her face on YouTube for quite a few more years. So anyway, as I said, I just wanted to show you from the beginning. Oh, I just ran into a clip. I think I only had 3 clips. Yes. Okay. Everybody ready? Ready when you are. Write any questions you have. Believe me, I will look every once in a while. I just scroll down and it pops up on my screen and it says new comments when somebody types something. You're welcome, Deirdre. Can't really see you that well? Really? Let me look at myself. Is it too dark? Here, let me stop sharing this screen. Am I too dark? Is it too dark in here? I'm telling you, I really had issues with my camera today. Let me turn this light around. See if that helps. Does that help? How's that? The background does look kind of dark, but you don't need to see the background. You only need to see me. How is that, everybody? I've got 2 lights on me. I took all my big lights downstairs in the basement because I know I'm going to be starting working down there. How's that? That looks, I've got a lot of light on me now. I'm seeing a lot of reflection. Might be too bright. How's that? That better? Okay. Maybe I'm hiding. Maybe I don't want you to see me today. Looks kind of shiny. I don't know. I'm probably going to hate it on the replay. All right. I need a producer. Does anybody want to produce for me for free? Okay. So now, what I do, first thing we do, comb out the hair. Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of this, right? A lot of movement. I wonder if it's not on autofocus. Let me check and see if it's not on auto. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. Autofocus usually takes care of that swinging around stuff. But I can't find the setting. How about this? How about that one? I like that one. All right. Enough of this falderall. Skin tone. Where is my autofocus? Where is it? You know, I honestly, everybody, I promise you, I test all this stuff. I'm just going to go with it. We're going to go with it. I'll try not to do any, too much of that. Okay. So, yeah, but I am moving and I'm so sorry. It's probably so annoying. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull all the hair back. Donna, if it's your first time watching, I'm sorry. So just pulling all the hair back like that. And I don't tighten it all the way because I don't want to stress that hair. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this. And then I'm going to keep it low on my head. And then I'm going to use these clips. And I'm going to clip it. All right. Well, anyway, that's what I get for changing all of my settings, because my husband told me, honey, leave it. We tested it and everything is fine and everything looks good. So what did I do? I changed the settings. All right. So I need one more clip just for this. This is kind of just a loosely, putting it, because I'm not going to leave it on all day. I mean, it's already 5:30. Okay, now this next portion, so that was how to secure your hair. If you've got a lot of hair and you've got that ponytail, then just break it up into 2, and put half of it on one side and half of it on the other. I can feel that it needs to be one more clip there. Okay. So as I was saying, if you've got a lot of hair, just split the ponytail in 2, put one half going on one side and one half going on the other. I don't bring it all the way up here because I don't want to bump in the middle of, the back of the wig, if that makes sense. Okay, so this next part is how to secure your wig. Now, in that Facebook post, Donna said, and a lot of people commented back to Donna that they don't use It Stays, that sometimes they wear a wig grip, sometimes they don't wear a wig. Everybody does it differently. I have found that I need It Stays. If I use a wig grip, what happens with me is most of my wigs are a little on the tight side because I have a 22.5-inch circumference. I can't even believe it, but I have a big head. If my sisters are watching, they're probably going to say, yeah, we knew you had a big head. We always knew you had a big head. So, anyway, my circumference is 22.5, and I'm a petite person. I'm only 5'2.5" and pounds, right? So, but I am petite and small boned. And so I have a big head. So really, I'm closer to a large, but you know how difficult it is to find a large. And plus, I'm concerned if I get a large, then it might be too big. And then you have to pin it and you have all those issues. Okay, so because of that long-winded answer, I use It Stays. And as you could see, that was on the thumbnail. And this, I've had It Stays now for this bottle. Goodness, probably 2 years. I mean, a little goes a long way and it's not expensive anyway. So here's how you do it. Here's how you do It Stays. It Stays 101. First of all, store it like head down and then just start to roll it. And you see how it's kind of shiny there? Just get it going. And then I set it right back down into the cap. And then the next thing I do is I take some alcohol, isopropyl 70% alcohol, and I spray my hand and I get that glue off because I don't want, when I start putting the wig on, I don't want the glue to get on the wig. Okay. So now what you're going to do, step number 2, putting my glasses over there. Step number 2 is you're just going to put the It Stays right along the hairline. Now, before I do that, I want to spray. You don't have to do this, but I just like to spray the hair just to get it to lay down, all those little flyaways. And I'm taking a comb like this, those little rat tail combs, and I'm just smoothing that hair, those flyaways. I'm not plastering it to my head or anything like that. I'm just smoothing those flyaways. Okay, so now I'm going to take the It Stays. We'll talk about those Paula Young toppers in a minute, Jean. I like them. Okay, so just going to run it right along the hairline, right there, right where that widow's peak. Don't bring it all the way back here. I've made that mistake. If you're using It Stays, it's too much. Just right along here. And I usually stop right, like kind of at the corners. Depends on the wig. Depends on what kind of wig it is. But for today, I'll stop there. If it's temple to temple, I'll bring it down. But that's all you have to do. And then just wait a few seconds. Put the top back on. Store it this way. It won't leak out. And then just put it away. Okay. Now in about 30 seconds, I will put on Kristen. Now while we're waiting for her, let's talk a minute about the toppers. There's different kinds of toppers you can get. My latest favorite one is this one. I said let's talk about the toppers. I meant to say let's talk about the wig grips. This is a topper wig grip, but I find that this can be used if you don't want your wig to feel tighter, you can use a topper wig grip because it's only going to go kind of, from here to here, right from there to there. If you want a full wig grip, then that's going to look kind of like a headband. Looks like that. And it's got Velcro on both ends. And you put it on just like a headband. And the Velcro part, of course, is, inside. You don't want the Velcro outside. And that's it. But I find with the wig grips, the full wig grip like a hairband, it makes my wig too tight. So if your wig is running tight, I don't recommend this. I do recommend the grip, but I don't recommend it because if your wig is running tight. Okay. Wig caps. This seems to be the nicest one with the fishnet. It doesn't slip as much. Now, yesterday, was it yesterday? No, Wednesday on Kim and Misty, I forget the name of that channel. I noticed something about that, and I'm going to tell you about that in a second. But the glue, I noticed something about the wig grip, but the glue is now just about dry. So Kristen is a bob, and Kristen is going to go on my head, and I'm just going to smooth out her hair because she's straight. And she needs to be combed. She actually needs to be washed because I've worn Kristen a few times, but she can go a little bit longer. Let me know in the chat, how often do you wash your wigs? I have to wash them a little bit more because I don't use any, quote, specialized type of hairspray. I usually will use Tresemme, or I'll even use Got to Be Glued because it just works. And I don't see that it hurts the wigs. Maybe if I used it every day and I glommed it on there, it would, but you can see I'm having absolutely no problem combing this out. She's been in the box for a little while, so I always comb them out. The Paula Young toppers, Jean, if you look on my channel, you'll see I reviewed, I think it was a topper that was in the color 60. As a matter of fact, she's right up there. So I like the Paula Young toppers, and it's a nice price point too. And I do have a code for that as well. All right. So here she is. I'm just going to put my head in a bowl like I usually do. So let me back up so you can see. So you're just going to tilt your head. Make sure you know where the ear tabs are. And for me, I've got to make sure that the extenders are open because she's going to run small on me. She's okay, though. I can keep her on all day. So then just find your ear tabs, put your head in there, and pull her down. Pull her down right underneath. I don't know about you, but I love watching people put on wigs. I just do. Okay, now she's riding up too much, but that's because I want to show you before I put her where she belongs. Okay. Now, obviously, I wouldn't leave her there, right? I wouldn't leave her there. So I know that it is drying as we speak. So what I'm going to do is make sure that the ear tabs are where they need to be. And then she's too far down on my forehead. So all I'm going to do is pick her up and place her right underneath, or just about where my widow's peak starts, because that's the natural hairline. And if you don't do your natural hairline, it's going to look weird. So then all you're going to do, just like Patty's Pearls tells us, you're going to put your fingers underneath and kind of scooch the hairs around and press. You're going to press that lace front right into your forehead, just as if you're going to push it right into your forehead. Push, push, and I can feel a knot there. Push, 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 push. And then, you're just going to wait. while she's drying a little bit more. And then you're just going to style her. Oh, I hate that movement. I'm so sorry, everybody. So then this is the part where you can move the part around. And then I just like to tuck her behind the ear. And I think that she looks just nice, just a little bit off the forehead. And again, make sure your glue is dry. Just hold it there. I could just see that the lace front was lifting a little bit, so I didn't hold it long enough. You got to really hold it. And I find that, with the lace front, let's chat about that for a second. The lace front, most higher ends or, better quality wigs, you don't have to do anything with you don't have to cut the lace. It's fine the way it is. When you get the wig and you try it on the first time, first of all, if you're new to wigs, it's just really weird seeing yourself with so much hair. It just is. You have to get used to it. And of course, some wigs have more hair than others. They're more dense. So I would recommend, and they talked about this in the Facebook post today, the first time you put that wig on, any wig for that matter, make sure you've got some makeup on, put a nice blouse on. Get the full effect for how it would look, if you were going out. Okay, she's pretty dry. So then you're just going to take however you want to style it. This has a long, sweep bang, heavy bang. Okay. I have to push this light back up. It's too much. Oh, that's better. Okay. So now this wig is not going anywhere. This wig is not going anywhere. I could feel she's very secure. See, I'm moving it. It's not pulling back from my forehead. Whereas before, when I had Angelica on, and I only had her on for, maybe an hour or so, and she was already starting to ride back, and all I was doing was sitting here getting ready for the live stream. So that's it. Okay. So we spoke about it stays only right on the hairline, little tiny bit. You don't need a lot. I always used to use too much. And when you take her off, just moisten your fingertips. I'm going to look at your questions in a minute. Look at your fingertips, moisten them, dip them in a little bit of warm water or cold, doesn't matter, lukewarm, and just reach right underneath the hairline. And you're not going to be able to get underneath because it's glued, but right at the hairline, right there, and just moisten the edges. And I know what I started to say before. A lot of times, if you've worn a wig a few times, I have to fix this. See, because I'm under the lights, I'm starting to melt. A lot of times when you're under the light, a lot of times when you've worn a wig a few times, right here on the lace might start to get showing a little makeup. Now, I don't usually put makeup up here, but still, just your hands and everything. So just take a little bit of warm water, a little face-friendly soap, a mild soap, and just work it into the edge of the lace and rinse it out. And Leave her to dry. It's not a full wig wash, but it'll help any the discoloration you have there. Now, I did want to say one other thing about the lace fronts. Most of the time, you don't have to cut them, especially the higher end ones. If you get a cheap lace front wig, you're going to have to cut that thing. But from the better known brands, most of the time you're not going to have to cut it. But I did have to cut a couple of my lace fronts. I don't know if they just didn't trim them all the way, if it had to do with my widow's peak, but I did have to cut it, and I was scared to death when I cut it because I didn't know how to do it. It's not that hard to do it, but you want to use a very sharp scissors. Just go right up to where you see that very last hair, and maybe like a 1/16 of an inch, because you do want to have some lace so that lace can lay flat on your head. You don't want the actual hairs going onto your forehead, if that makes sense. But just do it slow, be very careful. But most of the time, you do not have to cut that lace on a good quality wig, honestly. So, all right, so that's the lace front. We talked about securing it, and I think there might have been one other thing that I wanted to share with you. No, that's basically it. That's basically everything. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to do today. I'm sure I'm going to go in and edit this. I might even have to redo this because of all this movement on the camera with the autofocus isn't on. Autofocus, if you have a webcam, usually takes care of this, but I just don't know where it is right now. Okay, let me look at your comments. So, yeah, Deidre, don't you love Kristen? I love her. I love her. And she's okay for the summer. She's okay. I just think that all wigs are hot in the summer, pretty much. And I never did finish. But now, see, the back is already starting to ride up. So let me show you a tip that I heard from somebody. It was actually Monique Parent's Hollywood person putting on her wig. So what you can do, if your wig is riding up, I've got 2 bobby pins here, and they're great. They're not your normal bobby pins. They're kind of beefier ones. See that? Really thick. You know, these usually come with your wig. When you get your wig, they put a lot of them will put in these beautiful bobby pins. Look at the difference. See? And this one is a lot thicker. I love those thick ones. You probably can buy them online, but I'll have to do a search for them, but they're great. So what you do is you take your wig. Now for me, see, it's already riding up. It just feels like it's, not that it feels like it's going to fly off my head, but it just doesn't feel really secure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the hair, and then I'm going to put 2 bobby pins in, and I'm going to hopefully crisscross them. It won't be perfect because I can't see. I'm not in my bathroom. But you're going to pull that hair apart as best you can. And then you're going to, now what you do is, hopefully you can see this. What you do is you put it in, and then you turn the bobby pin in the opposite way, and then you push it into the wig. And then you take the second bobby pin, and you do the same thing, only, and this is where it's hard because I'm not looking in the mirror. Now you're going to crisscross, kind of feel for where that bobby pin is. And now you're going to do it again. Come under the bobby pin and then push up in the opposite direction. Try to, almost as if you're pushing it right into your head. And then obviously, you're going to cover the bobby pins. Let's see if I did that. But I'll tell you, it feels a lot more secure, and it doesn't feel like it's riding up your head. Right? And you can't see. Well, you can see my label. Right? So that's it. That works like a charm. So between the it stays here and the bobby pins there, and if it makes you feel more secure, you could do them on the side, just whatever you need, but just make sure to look, that they're not showing. I think that's a great tip. Okay. We're getting ready to land this plane, so to speak. But I want to look at your comments. Okay, what color do you use in your brows, or is that your natural color? They look very good with the silver. God is good to me. These are my natural brows. I'm not lying. I will prove it to you. Let me push this back so you could see better. By the way, you could see Kristen looks really good with, I'm going to do something that I tell you never to do. I'm just going to pull this back. I don't like that look, but I'm doing that just for now. All right. These are my natural brows. Watch. Nothing on my hands. Nothing on my hands. Now, I do notice they're getting a little tiny bit sparser. So what I would do for myself, I think Nicole Johnson has a really great tutorial on brows. Okay. I would just take the darkest color eyeshadow. Honestly, I don't think you have to go out and buy anything, expensive, unless you're worried about it raining. Then that's a whole nother disclaimer, a whole nother thing. But if I know I'm going to be inside, right, I'm just going to take this middle color right there, or even this color would be fine. And then I'm just going to take an angled brush, whatever angled brush you have, right? And then I'm looking at the wig. I didn't get my ear tabs perfect. And then I'm just going to go, actually, I think I'm going to go with this color up here, this top color, and tap off the excess. And then I'm just going to put it at the fullest part of the brow very gently. See if you see any difference. Very gently coming up toward the arch, just staying right in the brow. And then I take the rest of it and then come out horizontally. That way. Don't come down. Come out horizontally. And then the very last thing, and I never do this. I've probably done it once because thankfully I don't need to do it. And I know brows are a really big thing right now. I'm looking for my brush, one of those little comby looking brushes. Of course it's over there. See, now you know I'm not lying because I don't even have it near me. So then you're going to take this brush. This brush is 45 years old. I'm not kidding. It's from when I used to sell Mary Kay. How old am I? 65? Yeah. 45 years old. So then you're just going to go up, 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 out, out, out. And then these here, because that's the look right now. Did anybody watch the Audrey Netflix documentary? Audrey Hepburn? If you haven't seen it and you've got Netflix and you like Audrey Hepburn, you will love it. Oh my goodness. Well, I was telling my husband, she had that look. What was it? Back in the 1940s when she was the most popular, or early 50s? She had that heavy brow look and the line that comes all the way up. Of course, we can't do that as we get older. We look ridiculous. But anyway, that's it. That's all I do. So I just make sure that these here, do you see a difference? I do. It's just ever so subtle, but they are more defined. Now I have to do this one because I'm crooked. So let's do that again. So just take the middle one and I better use this small mirror, and then just tap. Wait, I've got a hair there. And just tap. I still have a hair there. Tap it and go up toward the arch, whatever's left on it, and just go right out horizontal. Put that brush back. Take this brush. Up, 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 and then these go lay flat. That's it. Now, if you have a full brow, I know that's a lot more that you have to do. But that's all I do. If I even do it. Which, like I said, I'm blessed that I don't have to do that yet. But I'm sure the day is coming. And when and if it does, then I wouldn't use black. I would use like a brown. Okay. I'm just scrolling back to see your comments. We're very light on people today, and I think that's because I was very specific about what I was going to talk about, and that's okay, because hopefully, Donna, we have helped you. And again, I'm sorry about all the movement, the camera. Ugh, that's like anathema to a producer, but it happens. So I'm just now going back to see if there's any other questions. Jean is in North Carolina. Yes, you said that. Reading comments. I think, everyone, I answered your questions. Victoria, you think I'm tiny? I'm not tiny. I need to lose 25 pounds from the waist down. Okay. I think I've got all your questions answered, everybody. I think I do. Let me just make sure there's nothing else here that I wanted to share with you. Yep, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to share with you. I will say one other thing about, these lace front wigs. Um, if you follow along with me here, you can see that there's quite a few. What I did was I typed in lace front wigs. Let's see, cutting off the lace on lace front wigs. And I came up with a lot of these people who are talking about the lace front and how they put on the lace front wigs. Most of them are African American women. And I find that a lot of times when I search on YouTube, they'll have a channel title, Wigs for White Women. And I don't know if that's because as a whole, tell me what you think in the chat if you'd like, but I just wonder if as a whole, white women, or I even hate to use that word, women who are not African American women. I notice that African American women, they have they wear these wigs all the time. I have several friends, I've talked about my friend Glorious, who's a hairdresser, and she knows how to put these wigs on like crazy. And they all wear wigs, and they all know they wear wigs, and that's cool and that's okay and it's accepted. But it feels like there's this supposed stigma. But I'm here to tell you that I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like it is wonderful. I feel like it is so freeing. I'm glad my hair is coming back and all that, but I don't think it's ever going to come back to where it was when I was young. But in a way, I'm happy that happened to me, because I never would have discovered the world of wigs. And you can always have a good hair day, no matter what. So really all you have to do is get an education, save up your pennies for a really good one, buy 2 or 3 of the best ones that you can get, that you can afford, and you'll have those wigs for when you go. Who cares if everybody knows you've got a wig on? So, I found these reviews that I watched, and there was this one that I thought was so funny. Let me see if I can find that for you. And this girl is I think it was the first one that I watched. She's like a Hollywood type. She charges $1,500 to put on a wig. Cut off the lace. Oh, now I can't find it. I'll put it in the chat later if you want to check back. But my goodness. Yeah, no, I can't find it. I was looking at it earlier. So, ladies, I think that's it for this Friday. I know it probably wasn't the most exciting, well-produced video, but I'm glad to be here with you, and I hope that everyone has a really nice weekend. Remember, the name of my channel now is Angela F like Frank Chan, but don't worry if you don't remember that. If you're subscribed, you'll get all the latest videos. None of that has changed. I just changed my header. In case in the future, someday, who knows in the world of YouTube, if I want to pivot to include something else. That's really what my decision was, to do that. And I had to make that decision when I was a realtor also. And I never did use my real name. I called my business Morning Glory Realty. So anyone else have any burning questions? Anything they want to say? If you do, let me know now. You're all so shy today. You're all so quiet. Are you making your dinner? I made a quiche for dinner, a new recipe, and I made the mistake of putting it in my toaster oven. Toaster ovens, I think, are hotter than they say they are. And I think it's going to be okay, but I think it might have gotten a little overdone. So That's what I'm making. What's everybody making for dinner before we go? Let's have a chat. I'm waiting. Hello, Barnabas. Halo. I see you there. So now you see on all my secrets. I forgot that I was streaming on Facebook as well today. That's a first. I don't have a lot of Facebook friends. I used to, but I saw a documentary on Netflix called the Social Dilemma, The Social Dilemma. And when I saw that, I said, you know what? I'm getting off social media. Actually getting off Facebook. And so I had about 600 friends on there. And if you're watching this and you used to be one of my friends on Facebook, send me a friend request, and of course I'll accept it if I know you. But anyway, so I got rid of all my friends. I only kept my immediate family. And then I turned my personal Facebook page into my business page. And I just use it for business is what I'm saying. So yeah, Debbie, great documentary. Which one? The one on the social media or the one on Audrey? Can you use a soft toothbrush on? Oh, here comes the questions. See, now, because I'm getting ready to go. Can you use, Victoria, let me show you. Can you use a soft toothbrush on your eyebrows? I don't see why not. I mean, that's a good idea because really, if you look at this, just use the very edges of it as you go in, right? Sure. You probably could even use a hard toothbrush. So, and Deidre, I don't usually catch you live because I'm a nurse and usually at work. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you that too. I've decided to go to back to 5:00, because remember we were saying that another reviewer, I think it was Jill, was reviewing at that same time. Well, now Jill went to Sundays, and I like to watch Jill's lives. I mean, I watch lives too. I watch wig reviews. I love to watch wig reviews. I learn stuff too. And so because of that, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to go back to 5:00, and I'll go from 5 to 6:30. So Deirdre, now you can catch us. Just make sure you hit the little bell icon because that little bell icon is going to send you a notification in case you miss it. Hello, Barnabas. I was about having a Bible reading with Elizabeth, my friend Barnabas. Wonderful, big brother in the Lord, let's just say, popped up on my screen. Well, it's good to hear from you too, Barnabas. I hope that you heard my explanation about why I unfriended you. I didn't really unfriend you personally. I unfriended everybody after I watched The Social Dilemma on Facebook. If you haven't seen it, it's quite eye-opening. And I think you just have to be really careful how you use social media. Although for me, it's kind of too late because my footprint is really big now, between my real estate years, and now I'm using my real name on YouTube, and that's fine. I trust God will protect me, and if things get really weird, then I'll deal with that when it comes. Oh, Deirdre, my husband is taking me out. Deirdre, did you say where you live? What state? I'm looking up in the chat. Well, we're on this keto diet, my husband and I. Take a look at these arms. These arms are getting thinner. I seriously have 25 pounds to lose. And a lot of people say, no, you don't have to lose. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. For health reasons. So we started keto about 4 weeks ago, just before mommy died. And Actually, it was Jill Lynn Beauty Therapy. Jill, if you're seeing this, you're the one that inspired me. And Jill has a channel called Keto Over 50, I think. And I watched a few of her videos, and I actually had tried keto a while back, and I was doing it all wrong. Well, now I'm not doing it wrong. I'm doing it the right way. And I've lost 10 pounds, 10 real pounds. Now, probably the first few of those pounds was, as they say, water weight, but I'd say every week I lose 1.5 to 2 pounds. And it takes planning. I'm not going to lie to you. It takes planning and it takes discipline. But I haven't had any sugar, any bread. I did have a potato last Saturday night. We went out to dinner and it was scrumptious with butter and sour cream all over it. I'm telling you, it really, really works. And when my blood work comes back, after I lose, I have, let's see, I have 3 more pounds to lose. And after that, I'm getting my blood work redone. And then I'm going to be able to say, see, it's true. The blood work really does not tell the lie. I work 6 to 6. Deidre, are you a nurse? That sounds like nurses' hours. Not trying to be nosy. I mean, if you feel like sharing. But yeah. So that's what we're doing. And so when we go out to dinner, like last Saturday, we went out and we had filet mignon smothered with butter. I know it sounds like a heart attack on a plate, right? But it's really not. If you really, really, really do the research, it's really safe. So we did filet mignon smothered with butter. My husband and I shared a potato. So we had half of a russet potato, you know, those kind of long ones. And then we had I had sour cream and butter. He only had butter because he doesn't like sour cream. And then we had Brussels sprouts, again, sauteed in butter. And I had a glass of wine, and I haven't had wine in forever. And I think no bread. Oh, and we had decaf coffee and cream in the coffee. My blood sugar was perfect. I actually I had some ketones, as they call it, in ketosis. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Well, Deidre, I hope that you have a wonderful dinner tonight in Oklahoma. And I hope it's pretty and maybe you get to sit outside. A lot of the restaurants up here are still doing outside dining, inside dining. Yes, too. But if it's nice, we like to dine outside. Last Saturday, we dined outside. Oh, Victoria, you're so sweet. This was not my best class, and I know it wasn't. It was just very challenging even before I got on. We got the movement thing going on. I thought I had this camera figured out. I still have more classes to take. I need a producer. Someday I'm sure I'm going to look back at this and laugh or cry. So it is 6:18. I'm going to land the plane, as they say, and say goodnight to everyone. I'm going to finish my dinner, so when hubby gets home, it'll be ready. And it's good to be back. As I said last week, I think I said everything that I wanted to say, shared everything I wanted to share. Pretty soon I'll be reviewing for Wig Studio One. Remember to use my code, please, please. It helps me pay for my wigs. We don't get paid for doing any of this. This is all like out of pocket, but that's okay. I truly, truly, I love it. I love every minute and second of it. It helps people and keeps the brain sharp and learning all this stuff, as they say. And Barnabas, a special goodbye to you. I know you're missing your dear Lenky very, very much. And we send you love and greetings from New York. I'm sure Pard would say hi if he was here. Barnabas, for everybody who doesn't know, is a dear, dear friend of ours that we used to attend church with here when he lived in New York. Godly, lovely man. The kind of man you don't see too much anymore. So blessings to everyone. And I hope to see you next week. And wait, there's one more comment. Chocolate chip cookies and Diet Coke. Victoria. It will help the healing process. Yes, Well, we are going to have, I think it's next week or the week after, we're going to dinner with some friends and we're going to just have a total cheat meal, which will be great. Hey, Debbie, thanks and good night. And everyone, I'm going to end this live stream now and say thanks for coming. Thanks for attending. Blessings on your head. Bye.